Hello, my name is Elle, and welcome to LB Plans today. This is a little different, but this is the plan with me for the month of February. And as you can see, I already did my setup. But let's talk about that. So, first, if you're new here, again, my name is Elle. I like to do planning videos, budgeting videos, and a little bit of lifestyle. If that interests you, would you please be so kind to hit the subscribe button and become a part of the LB family? And if you're already subscribed, you guys, welcome back. My mood is all over the place, and I originally filmed this whole plan with me, and I was going to do a voiceover, but the reality is I didn't want to do a voiceover, and this is just one of those days where I'm just in a mood that can be a little self-destructive. So I decided to pick myself up, do the things that I needed to do, because for yourself, you have to recognize patterns. And one of the patterns that I recognize about myself, if I let the mood win and I go and I lay down, it's only going to get worse. And this is specifically for me. I know some people need to rest, and I do understand the importance of resting. But when there's things that I want to get done and that I said that I was going to do, and I procrastinate and I put it off, and then my mood keeps changing because I keep putting it off and I keep procrastinating, then I just have to bite the bullet, eat the frog, get in there and do the things that I need to do. And one of those things was my February plan with me. So I am using the kit from Sterling Ink. I am now subscribed monthly for Sterling Ink. I will say, if you're thinking about subscribing, and this is not like any type of solicitation whatsoever. Well, I guess it is a solicitation, but I'm not, what they call it? I forgot the term, but I'm not sponsored to do this. But I would say if you're interested in purchasing Sterling Ink, do the subscription versus trying to buy it out separately. You will save a whole lot more money. For January, I went to and purchased because I didn't subscribe in enough time. And I went and repurchased the items, but I didn't get everything. And I realized that the subscription kit comes fully stocked with a lot of things. Whereas at the end of January, I kind of ran out of things. But I've completely used everything that I purchased, and that was my goal. So I will do a January flip through later. I still need to go back and do my January review and close out the rest of this week. So I did take the B6. This is the B6 vellum that comes in the kit, and I just taped it right in. And for some reason on the Sterling Ink, no, this is not Sterling, on the Wonderland 222, this kind of fits right in here. So, but when I wipe my page with this wonderful dust cloth, it looks like it got some of the dust on there. So I'm going to pull that up. But anyway, because I just can't look at that. So for February dashboard, just things so that I want to do or to focus on for my goals. So I just wrote out my important dates. Of course, if you celebrate Valentine's Day, it is this month. President's Day, I only wrote it out because there's no school and my husband is off because he's a federal employee. And I have a to be determined for baseball, mainly for my son. I need to write in my book club date for February, but I also need to finish reading the Davenports and then write in whatever the book club book is. These are my health and wellness goals. It was very simple. And I am doing a no eating out challenge. So for the month of February, because it's typically 28 days, so I put a star because this worked out for the 14th, because more than likely my husband and I are going out to eat. So I put a star there, but the goal is not to eat out for the 28 days in February. I call it We Got Food at Home. So Lord help us. And then I have a little section for little people, things that we kind of go over in a family meeting. If they need anything, I kind of write it in here. So on my monthly page, I did use the stickers, the date stickers, what are these? The days of the week. And I just covered up. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it looked nice to have the dates in the script, and I didn't even white it out. I just put it right over it. So it doesn't bother me. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys. and just kind of wrote out what I need to do. Even though my to-do list here will be running here, these are things that I know that I need to do. Like my son's got to have oral surgery, so we have our first appointment on the 1st, and then I have a therapy session on that day. But I do need to pay for my chaperone fees along with my daughter's field trip, and then I need to schedule my second therapy sessions. I do attend therapy twice a month, and that is part of my wellness, taking care of me. And I started that last year, and it has been the best decision that I've made. Sometimes we don't know that we're dealing with a lot, and grieving looks different for different people, but you'll be surprised at things that you grieve. And just think of it this way: anytime that there is a loss in your life, not necessarily a death, but a dramatic change, or something the way that it used to be has changed dramatically, and it's a loss, you need to process and work through that. So that's what I've been doing. Also, keeping with my me days. I think I wrote this on the wrong day, so I have to check my work calendar, but I do take a me day once a month. I've been with my job for like 23 years. This is going on the 24th year. Yes, I started in 2000. And I have a lot of PTO, so I try to take one day off a month just for me. I wanted to do it on, I try to do it on a day that I know my kids are in school and my husband is at work, because it needs to truly be a day I focus on myself. So I'm not sure if I'm going to move this, because the next Tuesday would be my niece's birthday in 4 years since my cousin passed. So we'll figure that out. I had a hard time writing with my ink. It seems like this ink is called Australia's Rose. It's by Robert Oyster, and it is in my what pen is this? My Twisby Diamond 580. And I think ink gets either warm or cold, and I think it impacts how it writes. So I had some points where it was writing like how I thought it was going to write, which is great. I love the color. And then other times it gave me a little bit lighter. So I don't know if it was because I was on this side of the page and I have more pages here, but I just recognized it. So, and then I made sure I marked down my family meetings. Fun fact, my daughter told me, hey, we're not going to really have a family meeting on Valentine's Day, are we? Oh my gosh, she's so much like me. So I moved it to the 13th, because we're going to have that family meeting regardless if they want to or not. Okay, so this is me setting up my week and kind of going through my little setup here. So I enjoy putting the weather here, up here, and then if it's something really important, I try to write it up to the top. And then things that I need to be aware of, like trash day, they come really early. My son's going to stay after school, family meeting, my therapy, and the surgeon's visit, which I can't remember what time, recycling day. My daughter has a play date. And then I could have wrote self-care Sunday right here to kind of keep the theme, but I'm going to be honest with you. I did not like the blue that I chose. And so this is where the plan with me that I erased just went haywire. So I chose this Crayola Super Tip, and it's a very dark blue, darker than I thought it was going to be, believe it or not. And so I like sectioning off to see the sections now in this planner. I think that visually works for me. I'm going to go ahead and put a little tracker here. If there's anything I need to add to this week, I will add it in on the days, but those are the main things that I know I need to do for this week. And then I will put like trackers for things that I need to track. Even though I am using the tracker in the front, sometimes I track it here and then go back at the end of the week and fill it in. But yeah, I did not like the blue. So I had the idea to use this, I think it's olive mild liner, to highlight the weeks up, the days of the week up here in the dates. And I enjoyed that. And so on my following weeks, I used the highlighter, and I like the subtle touch of green that it does offer. This was in like the muted neutrals or something like that collection, but I did like how it it offered a little bit of color. And this is what I've been leaning more towards when it comes to planning out my weeks. I want the structure there. If I'm going to add a little deco, I want it there. I can fill in deco later. And like I said, that Sterling Ink kit comes with a lot of deco. But for the most part, if I need to write in something so I don't forget the appointment up here, I have the space and I don't have to worry about, oh, my planner isn't set up for the week. And yeah, I'm not doing that to myself. That is a downward spiral. And I'm telling you, stop doing that to yourself. If you know that you want to plan out your week and you want to set up your deco, set it up when you're in the mood to set it up. Because if you wait until the time you record, girl, you may not get that thing done. I'm just telling you from experience. Okay. And see, same thing. I like the setup for the week and I like the subtle of the green. So I went ahead and finished that out for the rest of the week. And then I am going to do a February overview, kind of the good, the bad, the ugly, or as Jot Journal Jive. I'm gonna get that right one day. Says the red light, green light, and what is it? No, red light, yellow light, green light. What worked? What didn't work? What could you improve upon? Somewhere in that format. And then we'll go into March. And so one thing I do like about the Sterling Ink kit is that it does come with February tabs. So now I'm debating if I'm going to go back and buy the January tabs, because I do like the tabs for the back. This is a very thick section and you're splitting up like 370 days. So I did like to have, like, for my February budget, I now have a tab for it. And then for my journal for February, I do have a tab for it. So I kind of used some of the deco and the calendar that they gave and kind of wrote out, or kind of made a page, because I know that I'm almost done. And we'll just jump right into February, and that's the second month. And I wrote my word of the year, enjoy or enjoyment. Just a subtle reminder that I need to find enjoyment in the things that I do. And then I kind of set up already like how I want to use some of the deco. And I really did enjoy it, how I set up some of the deco in the December, Lord, in the January. So I want to keep kind of using that as appropriately. But let me show you the ink, and you can kind of see on my extra pages, you can kind of see what I mean about the ink. This is the color. See, it's much bolder even on here than it is. Like, it has these moments where it kind of gets, I don't know if it's warm or cold, because I can understand ink, if it gets warm, it could be a little bit lighter, or if it gets cold, it's kind of getting stuck. I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out. And I noticed that with any pen, after some amount of time, I noticed that happens, like even on the cream and rose gold, even on my broad, this is not a broad, on my fine nib, I noticed that it does that. So I don't know if it's a temperature thing, but it was worth mentioning. But let me see. Oh yeah, these are all the neutral colors. So like I said, I really do like that olive color. It's like my second favorite color. And that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this different kind of plan with me style. I didn't want to share that disastrous video. And no, it's not a thing about being a perfectionist, so to speak. It was just more of, I could do better. And if I was going to do a voiceover trying to explain that debacle, then you guys would have never, got to see the end result, because I would have never showed it. And a lot of this I actually did after I stopped filming. So sometimes you got to switch things up and do it how it works for you. And that's okay. And you don't have to penalize yourself for not doing things in a particular way. Find the way that works for you and stay consistent. If you guys have any questions for me, drop them down below. Until my next video, you guys take care, be blessed, and stay safe. Bye.